In the news this week, cost of living or law and order, WAMN News exclusive annual polling on government surplus allocation gets underway.
Also tonight, all aboard. Major fanfare as Perth marks the historic maiden journey of the METRONET sea train. Going nuclear, the Greens continue their pushback against the federal opposition's key energy policy, and later Dr Andrew Miller's comment.
This is The Evening News with Ivan Loom and Maliva Thorne.
Good evening. WAMN News is launching our annual exclusive opinion poll on the Cook government surplus for 2024 to 2025. Titled, How Will You Spend the Cook Government Surplus? The poll seeks your opinion on 15 budget priorities like law and order, cost of living, health and much more. Viewers are given the opportunity to play the treasurer's game by prioritising issues from most important to least important. Here's Peter Kennedy on why you should participate.
Once again, WAMN News is running its pre-budget poll on the issues that affect West Australians most. And this budget is absolutely crucial. Next month, it's the last budget before the state election due in March next year. What are the issues? Well, in past years, the issues have been along the lines of living costs, particularly household costs and services. Also issues linked with hospitals, health, hospital waiting lists, housing shortages, welfare housing, particularly a big problem based on the significant population growth in recent years. Also increasing congestion on roads, particularly at peak hour, and law and order in regional centres. Bear in mind the Broome curfew, which is applying at the moment. And there are other regional centres where these are significant problems. The WAMN News poll includes 15 issues for West Australians. You're being asked to rank them from 1, the most important issue to you, to 15, the least important. And they will form a major part in the WAMN polling in advance of the state budget next month. So get involved. As I said, the poll's been remarkably accurate in past years. Your participation will help make it accurate this time round, and it's a guide to what will the major issues the government has to confront. Peter Kennedy, WAMN News.
Perth was whipped into a frenzy today as the new METRONET sea train officially began its maiden journey.
The locally built passenger train began revenue service with much fanfare as citizens gathered to ride the historic journey.
Today we're bringing that pride back with locally manufactured rail cars as part of our transformative METRONET projects. This is delivering on our 2016 election commitment. It's great to be here at this point in time, and we're very much looking forward to celebrating the reintroduction of rail car manufacturing here in Western Australia.
These new C series are very modern, and they'll be running on the north-south, the Joondalup-Mandurah line. Over time, we'll be replacing the A series and with the C series, and of course we needed the extra trains to also feed our expanded train network.
The METRONET sea train's maiden voyage was packed with lucky citizens, politicians and workers from the Alstom factory who worked extensively on this fleet. The new train will be rolled out from Monday, and passengers can expect to see them on the Joondalup and Mandurah lines.
The nuclear power debate is back in the spotlight after the federal Liberals prepared to push forward their energy policy. The Greens, on the other hand, voiced their strong opposition, with 3 federal senators descending into Perth, arguing that the policy will lead to negative outcomes for WA. Paige Reid was the only reporter at the event.
The WA Greens spoke out against federal Liberal leader Peter Dutton in Henderson this week as the fight back against nuclear power continues. Dutton says he intends to join the United States and England in building nuclear-powered submarines and using nuclear power. WA Greens Senator Jordan Steele-John says the WA community does not want these submarines off the coast of Australia, and it's technology we aren't ready for.
We know that this is a risky technology. If it goes wrong in a way that causes intergenerational impact. If it functions as intended, it produces tons of waste that have to be stored and managed for hundreds of thousands of years that historically have been dumped and kept on First Nations land.
Senator David Shoebridge says nuclear power is not only unsustainable financially, but not worth it for the state in the long term. He says Dutton needs to start being honest with the people of Australia and have a solution to all the problems nuclear power is going to bring. Senator Dorina Cox says Australia is a peaceful nation and a multicultural nation that does not want war with anyone.
A recent study by Nuclear Climate Australia found that it could cost as much as $7,000 for 1 kilowatt of nuclear energy, whilst 1 kilowatt of solar comes out to $1.68. Commentators believe there needs to be a proper debate in Western Australia regarding nuclear energy.
There's no reason why there should not be a major debate on uranium. The critics say it's too expensive. The supporters say if other countries are doing it, surely we can do it. Let's have the debate.
Paige Reid, WAMN News.
Hi there. Are you looking for a new home or want to refinance your car mortgage to get a better rate? At AA Finance Solutions, we have the expertise and knowledge to help you to find the right loan for your needs and budgets. Contact us today. Let us help you to make your home ownership dream a reality.
AA Finance Solutions, your local mortgage broker.
Perth detectives are seeking public assistance as they pursue an investigation into a significant wounding incident in Highgate. It happened at approximately 10:30 a.m. last Thursday, March 28th, when emergency services responded to a call on Harley Street concerning an injured male. Before law enforcement's arrival, the 20-year-old man was discovered by St John's Ambulance WA and transported to Royal Perth Hospital for treatment of an abdomen wound. As the inquiry progresses, detectives have made public CCTV footage of an individual they believe could provide valuable assistance in the investigation. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of the individual pictured should contact Crime Stoppers.
The Cook Labor government is set to build additional social housing in the southern suburb of Hamilton Hill. The government will build 19 homes for those doing it tough and use new construction approaches in order to have a smaller carbon footprint and less waste. Quenda approach will see families stuck on the wait list for public housing move into 7 two-storey townhouses. These houses will be built by Inca and will all have 2 bathrooms and 3 bedrooms. They will also be near schools, bus stops, shops and other necessary services. The houses were converted with a price tag of $690,000 each, with the total cost of $4.8 million. The government says the deal represents good value.
Western Australia embarks on a significant milestone as it launches Australia's inaugural immunisation program aimed at safeguarding infants against respiratory syncytial virus. Amidst the looming RSV season, parents are encouraged to promptly schedule appointments to ensure their infants receive the necessary immunisation. Administered through injection, a single dose can offer protection to infants for a minimum of 5 months. Expanding the accessibility of RSV immunisations, birthing hospitals across Western Australia will offer the service from May to September, thereby affording protection to newborn prior to discharge. RSV, a highly contagious respiratory virus, poses a significant threat, affecting up to 2/3 of all babies within their inaugural year, accounts for over 1,000 infant hospitalisation in WA alone.
Allegations made about the Australian Nursing Federation WA State Secretary have been dismissed. The Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency, an organisation that regulates the nursing industry, rejected the complaints concerning State Secretary Janet Ray. These allegations were made in January and were reported on extensively. APRA have stated that there is to be no more actions made in regards to Ms Ray. In a statement to the media, Ms Ray thanked the union's council and members for their support during the APRA investigation. She also stated that 2024 will be a busy year for the union as they prepare to draft policies and select candidates for the Nurses and Midwives WA political party in 2025.
And now here's Dr. Andrew Miller with his weekly medical and news commentary.
I had cause to spend more time than most families want to at the Charles Gairdner Hospital this week after Mum fell and broke her hip, and received expert and very compassionate care from everyone involved down there. Very grateful for the way that they've looked after a little old lady in a time of need. It did cause me to reflect on how the place really hasn't changed much since I first started there 30 years ago. And although we're told that there's some money devoted to a facelift on it, it was really reflecting on what incredible value for money we get out of the staff and out of the facility there, and how the government need to come up with a plan to properly rejuvenate it, given that they're now wanting to build the maternity hospital, move King Edward to Murdoch site. Apparently, unbelievably, because of troubles around parking and the parking contract with the existing multi-storey car park there. That's not the line that the government first ran when they came out and said that they were going to move the hospital to Murdoch instead of have it next to the kids' hospital. There was all sorts of kind of vague reasons as to why it wouldn't work at Charlie's, like they wouldn't, would cause a lot of disruption, which of course it will do wherever it's built. But really, all of that aside, they need to get on and essentially replace a facility now that's, very, very old, very, very well worn, needs a lot of rejuvenation anywhere in all of the spaces that I saw. And they need to lift the level of the facility to match that of the staff, who really do an incredible job and go above and beyond every day in making sure that the system works well for our population. Thanks very much for your time.
And that was Dr. Andrew Miller. Well, Ivan, it's great to have a locally built passenger train here in Perth. So what did you think of it?
It's fantastic. I mean, we see the whole facility being built, and then how the train comes together. Remember, I got the picture in the train cabin as well. It was very, very exciting. It's wonderful to see it to come to light, and of course, hopefully, there'll be more locally trains being built here in Perth.
And now here's Leo with what's coming up on 6 News tonight.
Thank you very much, guys. The top stories on 6 News this hour. Robert Pether, he is an Australian man. He's been held hostage in Iraq for 3 years. We speak with his wife about his condition and his health. That's coming up on the hour every hour. We're also following the story with Penny Wong calling the Israeli airstrike a deadly failure, plus the latest on the New South Wales weather situation. All those stories and more on the hour every hour. Tune in on our website, 6newsau.com, and of course on our YouTube channel. Just search at 6newsau to find us. For now though, guys, it's back to you.
Thanks, Leo. And that's our weekly news and current affairs. We have the latest news on our website, wamnnews.com.au.
Remember to subscribe to the WAMN Extra News Club so we can continue our work in the community. Full details on wamnnews.com.au/news/extra. From Melly and myself, wish you good health, good night. See you next Sunday.
Thanks for watching.